Hi, everyone. Thanks so much for joining today. I'm glad to be here, but let's just say dinosaurs are my usual audience. Public speaking, well, that's a new adventure for me. This is actually my first presentation ever, but I'm excited to share some incredible learning strategies for children with autism, and I know you'll find them valuable. Let's get started. My name is Ada Cojan. I'm a psychotherapist, clinical psychologist, and floor time therapist with a lot of experience working with children who face developmental challenges. Here's why my background matters. My education includes a strong foundation in psychology and art, along with specialized training in Adlerian psychotherapy, known for its focus on understanding behavior and emotions. This gives me a deep understanding of how kids work. Additionally, I'm a floor-time therapist, which means I have the specific skills needed to support children with autism. This training ensures I can effectively address the unique challenges they face. Currently, I work in a school setting helping children with various learning differences, including autism. Throughout my career, I've also worked with teenagers and adults in different clinical settings. This experience has helped me develop creative strategies to connect and engage with kids. Enough about me though. Let's dive into the exciting world of learning strategies for children with autism. I'm confident you'll discover some real gems today. Okay, I am trying to share my presentation. It is important to note that each child is unique, so it's recommended to consult with a professional or therapist for personalized recommendations. There are a couple reasons discussing learning strategies for children with autism can be complex. Let's get started by talking about individuality. Children with autism are in a spectrum. They are like snowflakes. No two are exactly alike. What works wonders for one child might not be the perfect fit for another. This means the key is to be flexible and tailor our approach to each child's unique needs. Think of it like this. Some children with autism
Hello.
might struggle more with communication.
Sorry to interrupt, ma'am. Your presentation is invisible. Can you just retry to share that?
Okay, I'll try to do it again. Do you see it now?
Yes, now it's visible.
Ah, okay. Thank you. The key is to be flexible and tailor our approach to each child's unique needs. Some children with autism might struggle more with communication, while others might find social interaction more challenging. There could be sensory sensitivities that play a role. That's why the strategies we use need to target those specific areas where they need the most support. Let's talk about something powerful, positive reinforcement. It's like giving a high five to good behavior. When we celebrate the things children with autism do well, it helps them learn new skills even faster. For everyone, but especially for children with autism, acknowledging and celebrating achievements, no matter how big or small, is like sunshine on a cloudy day. Think of it like this: a high five or a good job can be like a victory dance, fueling their confidence and encouraging them to take the next step. Plus, it makes the whole learning process a lot more fun for everyone involved. Rewards like stickers or a short break to do a favorite activity after completing a task can be like little trophies, adding a dash of fun to the learning process. That can be super motivating for kids with autism. Imagine this: every time they complete a task or show positive behavior, they get a smiley face or a colored dot on a chart. Now, think about how powerful that visual representation can be for them. They can see their progress right in front of them, which can make them feel proud and accomplished. It's like a little pat on the back every time they do something good. This kind of positive reinforcement can really encourage them to keep going and do their best. It gives them a clear goal to work towards and shows them that their efforts are being recognized and appreciated. Plus, it creates a sense of accomplishment and boosts their confidence, which can be a huge motivator for them to continue putting in the effort. Just make sure to be consistent and clear with the expectations and rewards so that the child understands what they need to do to earn those smiley faces or dots. By creating a positive and supportive environment with this visual reward system, kids with autism can feel proud of themselves and stay motivated to succeed. It's important for parents not to buy things like sweets or toys as rewards for children when they do their homework, because it can create a dependency on material rewards. When kids are constantly given treats or toys for completing tasks, they may start to expect a reward every time they do something, which can lead to a lack of intrinsic motivation. Instead of focusing on external rewards like buying things, it's better to use positive reinforcement techniques such as praise or a visual reward system like smiley faces or color dots. This helps children with autism develop a sense of accomplishment and pride in their own achievements, rather than relying on external rewards to feel good about themselves. As children with autism grow into adulthood, they may struggle to develop intrinsic motivation, which is the internal drive to pursue goals and tasks for personal satisfaction or interest. Without this internal motivation, they may become dependent on external rewards to perform tasks or engage in activities, which can limit their independence and self regulation skills. By fostering a sense of internal drive and curiosity, parents can help their children with autism develop a genuine interest in learning and personal growth. As these children transition into adulthood, they may carry with them a strong sense of self motivation and a desire to pursue their interests and goals independently. By nurturing intrinsic motivation early on, parents can empower their children with autism to become self directed learners and problem solvers, capable of navigating the challenges of adulthood with confidence and resilience. Ultimately, by focusing on intrinsic motivation and fostering a love for learning, parents can help children with autism build a solid foundation for lifelong success and fulfillment. By using non-material rewards and focusing on building intrinsic motivation, parents can help children with autism develop important skills like self-regulation, perseverance, and a sense of pride in their own accomplishments. This approach can lead to long-term positive outcomes and foster a healthy attitude towards learning and completing tasks. Remember, positive reinforcement is a powerful tool. Here's a quick tip. Keep communication clear, concise, and literal. Children with autism may take things very literally, so avoid sarcasm and focus on using direct language. For example, instead of saying it's a piece of cake, say this task will be easy. And remember, patience is the key. Learning new things takes time, so celebrate the small victories and focus on progress, not perfection. And remember, these amazing kids are constantly growing and learning, so what works like a charm today might need some tweaking as they get older. The key is to stay adaptable and keep those learning strategies fresh and effective. However, there are some things that can make learning easier for children with ASD. Some effective strategies may include creating a structured routine, using visual aids and schedules, incorporating sensory activities, providing clear and concise instructions, and utilizing positive reinforcement techniques. Let's face it, routine is our friend. Firstly, it is crucial to establish a structured routine for these children. For them, a predictable schedule can be a superhero, providing a sense of security and making navigating their day a breeze. Visual aids, like schedules and timers, are like cheat codes. They help transitions go smoothly and activities become crystal clear. Imagine if you knew exactly what was coming up all day. Pretty darn calming, right? Well, for a child with autism, a visual schedule of pictures or symbols in a road is a roadmap through their day, helping them understand what's next and feel more in control. Plus, it can be a sneaky way to teach them management and independent skills. So, Creating a schedule tailored to their needs can make a world of difference. Remember, consistency is key, so try scheduling study time at the same time each day to build that predictable routine. Okay, let's break it down. Complex tasks can feel like mountains to climb for anyone. But for children with autism, breaking things down into smaller steps with visual cues, also known as the fancy term visual task analysis, is a game changer. Think of it like Legos. You wouldn't try to build the Taj Mahal all at once, right? Using a visual prompt like pictures or symbols helps them remember what to do and how to do it. Visual supports for communication, like picture boards, are like having a personal translator, helping them express themselves clearly. And don't forget visual reminders. Sticky notes become memory palaces, placed in key locations to help them remember important things. By using these methods, children can conquer new skills and become superstars in their daily lives. Now, here's a real life example. Imagine a child with autism who struggles to switch between subjects in school. Visual supports can be a lifesaver. A schedule with pictures representing each subject can be their personal guide, reminding them what comes next. The schedule can be placed on the child's desk or in a visible location in the classroom. This way, the transition feels like jumping into a pool of unknowns and more like a smooth slide into the next activity. By using visual support in this way, the child feels more confident in their daily routine, which can improve their performance in the classroom. Remember, your guidance makes a world of difference. All right, let's get our fingers wiggling and our brains counting. I want to talk about making maths fun and engaging for children with autism. We know visuals can be super helpful for learners of all kinds, but especially for children with autism. So, let's think about using bright and clear charts to break down those tricky maths concepts into easy to understand pictures. And who doesn't love a good hands-on activity? Using geometric shapes can make learning about things like bigger and smaller way more fun and interactive. Finally, let's not forget the power of play. Interactive games that rely on visual cues are a fantastic way to keep children engaged and motivated. They turn maths from a chore into an exciting adventure. One strategy for teaching counting to children with autism is to create a visual chart. Think of it like a counting adventure map. We draw a grid with numbers 1 to 9, but instead of boring all numbers, we add pictures or symbols for each number. Imagine a juicy apple for number 1, two twinkly stars for number 2, and so on. Here's the fun part. We point to the pictures while counting aloud together. It's like an interactive game that makes learning numbers engaging and exciting. This visual approach helps children with autism connect the symbol with the quantity, making counting less abstract and more meaningful. Plus, it's a great way to sneak in some color recognition and fine motor skills practice while they're at it. All right, let's play a game of more or less. This is a fantastic way to help children with autism understand these concepts. Imagine this. We grab some colorful blocks, like a Paris treasure chest full of gold. Here's the fun part. We draw two columns on a piece of paper, like a treasure map with two paths. Then we pile some blocks in one column and just a few in the other. We ask, hey there, which pile has more blocks? Is it the mountain of treasure on the left or the smaller pile on the right? By comparing these piles together, we're helping them grasp the difference between more and less in a fun and interactive way. Remember, you can use all sorts of objects, colorful buttons, cute stuffed animals, anything that sparks their imagination. The key is to make it visual and engaging, turning learning into an exciting adventure. All right, you ready for a size adventure? Let's talk about teaching bigger and smaller to children with autism. Imagine this. We create a treasure chest full of cool cards, some with circles, some with squares, and all different sizes. Here's the fun part. We take two cards, one with a big circle and another with a tiny square. We hold them up side by side and ask, hey, which one is bigger? Is it the circle that takes up more space or the little square? By comparing these shapes together, we're helping them understand the concepts of bigger and smaller in a visual way. Remember, the key is to keep things interactive. Talk it out, ask questions, and make learning a fun adventure together. We can use the same strategy for other concepts too. For example, we can display numbers randomly on cards and ask them to identify each one by pointing or saying it aloud. Think of it like a number guessing game. We can even create missing number puzzles. Imagine a sequence like 1, 2, 4. Here comes the secret weapon. We use visual cues like arrows to help them fill in the missing number. It's like giving them a little hint to solve the puzzle. Finally, we can arrange cards with numbers in order and discuss what comes before and after each number. Think of it like a number train. By using visuals and making things interactive, we're turning learning into a fun and engaging experience for children with autism. Remember, visuals are our friends. They make learning concepts more accessible and keep everyone motivated. Many children with autism have sensory sensitivities or seek sensory input. Introducing sensory activities like playing with textured materials, using sensory toys, or engaging in movement-based activities can be like hitting the reset button on their senses and promoting relaxation. Think of it like this. Playing with textured materials like sand, Play-Doh, or sensory bins is like giving their senses a spa day, helping them focus and learn better. Sensory toys like fidget spinners or stress balls can be calming companions during study sessions, and movement-based activities like jumping on a trampoline, swinging, or dancing can release excess energy and improve concentration. By incorporating these activities into their study routine, we create a more conducive learning environment and enhance their overall learning experience. Here's a cool sensory activity that can boost memory, concentration, information absorption, and logical connections. Sensory play with sensory bins. Imagine a container filled with treasures for their senses, touch, sight, and sound. For a science-themed bin, include plastic animals, rocks, and plants. For a math-themed bin, throw in counting manipulatives like beads or blocks. One effective activity using this manipulative is sorting the beads or blocks by color or size. This activity engages their senses while sneaking in some valuable math practice. Remember, getting creative is half the fun. Tailor the sensory bin contents to the subject you're working on and watch them learn while having a blast. For the next step, everyone, buckle up for some seriously fun activities. Let's dive into the world of sensory play and see how it can make learning literacy skills a blast for children with autism. First up, we have sandcaster writing, or maybe shaving cream scribbles, whichever sounds more exciting. Imagine this. We fill a tray with either sand or shaving cream, like a sensory beach or a fluffy mountain. Here's the fun part. We invite the children to write letters or words right in the tray. They get to see the letters they're forming, feel the cool texture of the sand or the squishiness of the shaving cream, and even hear the sounds as they write. It's like a sense learning adventure. This activity isn't just about writing letters, it's about making learning an engaging experience. They'll be practicing letter formation, but they also be having a blast exploring different textures and sounds. Plus, it's super easy to clean up afterwards. Just imagine the mess-free beach day. So, grab a tray, some sand or shaving cream, and get ready for some sensory writing fun. Let's take writing to the skies. This next activity is called air writing, also known as sky writing. We encourage the children to become superheroes and write letters right in the air using their fingers like magic wands. Here's the secret power. This sky writing helps them remember the shapes of letters and connect them to the sounds they make. So, how does it work? It's super easy. We ask the child to pick a letter they want to conquer, then have them close their eyes and picture the letter in their mind's eye. Next comes the magic part. With their finger as a magic wand, they trace the letter in the air, starting from the top and following the letter's special path. Remember, letters have a secret way they like to be written. And as they write the letter in the air, they can even say the sound the letter makes out loud, like a secret code only they can crack. Why is this so cool? Air writing isn't just fun, it helps them practice forming letters and makes learning a multisensory adventure, engaging their sight and sense of touch. So get ready to take a flight and write some amazing letters in the sky. Let's get interactive with a read it, build it, write it mat. Picture a cool learning mat with three special boxes, a reading zone, a building zone, and a writing zone. Here's the fun part. We start by grabbing a word, any word. The child gets to read it out loud in the reading zone, like a brave knight announcing their arrival. Next comes the building zone. This is where things get creative. We use awesome letter titles or blocks to build the word we just read. Think of it like constructing a word castle, letter by letter. This is a secret weapon. Building the word with their hands helps them remember how it's spelled, making learning super fun. And finally, the writing zone. Here, the child gets to write down the word they just read and build. Remember, the more they see, touch, and write the word, the easier it becomes to remember it. So, the read it, build it, write it mat is like a one-stop learning shop for reading, spelling, and writing, all in a single exciting activity. It's a fantastic way to make learning interactive and engaging for children with autism. Buckle up for some secret decoder training. Now, I'm going to unveil a super spy strategy to help your child unlock the mysteries of language, tapping out sounds. Imagine this. Every word is like a secret code made up of tiny sounds put together. Here's the secret weapon. We can help our children become code breakers by tapping out each sound in a word with their fingers. Think of it like a detective game. For example, the word cat has three secret sounds: k, a, and t. So, how do you crack the code? We simply say the word cat and have our child tap their finger once for each sound they hear. Tap, tap, tap. Just like that, they've broken the code and figured out the secret sounds that make up the word. Why is this tapping trick so powerful? It's like giving their brains a special power. The more they practice typing out sounds, the better they get at understanding how words work. This super skill helps them learn to read faster, spell more accurately, and become absolute language ninjas. Plus, it's a fun and interactive way to sneak in some learning during playtime. So, next time you're reading a book together or singing a song, transform it into a tapping out adventure. Remember, the more you play detective together, the stronger their reading and spelling skills will become. When engaging with your child in a reading activity, you can use the following approach. Let's pick out a book and read it together. Come sit next to me and make yourself comfortable. As we read, focus on the rhythm and rhyme of the words. Try to follow the flow of the story and emphasize words that rhyme or have a specific rhythm pattern. Use different expressions and tones of voice to bring the characters and scenes to life. Feel free to pause and ask questions or discuss what's happening in the story. Make it engaging and enjoyable by immersing yourself in the rhythm, rhyme, and expression of the book. Storytime can transform into an interactive adventure with story stakes. Imagine this, you're reading your child a fantastic story, but sometimes keeping track of everything can be tricky. Here's the secret. Story sticks are like magical wands that help children follow along with the story using cool pictures or symbols. How do they work? Let's say you're reading a story about a brave knight. Here's the fun part. You can create a story stick with a picture of a knight for when the knight appears in the story. Maybe another story stick has a picture of a dragon for when a fierce dragon shows up. The possibilities are endless. A picture of a castle for when they reach a magical castle, a picture of a key for when they unlock a secret door. All these visuals become like little clues, helping your child connect the pictures to the story. Are you ready to transform story time into a magical adventure for you and your child? Here's the secret weapon: shared reading. It's more than just reading a book. It's about creating a fun and interactive experience that boosts your child's language skills. Imagine this: cozy up with your little one, grab a book that sparks their imagination, and get ready to embark on a journey together. Here's the fun. As you read, become a storytime superhero. Use your voice like a special effect machine. Make whispering sounds for secrets. Raise your voice dramatically for exciting moments. And sing a song a bit for silly rhymes. The more you play with your voice, the more captivating the story becomes. But wait, there's more. Shared reading isn't just about you being the star. Encourage your child to join in. Point to pictures together, make animal sounds, or even finish simple phrases. Every little chirp, giggle, or row is a sign they're engaged and learning. Remember, shared reading is about having fun and creating memories together. By focusing on rhythm, rhyme, and expression, you're not only making storytime enjoyable, you're also helping your child develop important auditory and language skills, all while having a blast. So, grab your favorite book, put on your storytime capes, and get ready to read, rhyme, and roll your way into a magical adventure together. So, why are these story sticks so awesome? They're like little superheroes for reading. By holding up the corresponding story stick as you read specific words, your child is actively participating in the story. This helps them stay engaged, improve their comprehension, and make those important connections between words and pictures. Plus, it's a super fun way to turn story time into an interactive adventure for both of you. So, grab some craft supplies, get creative, and let the story stick adventure begin. Let's talk about making homework a breeze for our amazing learners with autism. We know sometimes those long instructions can feel like a puzzle with missing pieces. So, how can we make things clearer and more fun? Short and sweet instructions are key. Break down tasks into bite-sized steps, like grab your pencil or read the question. Visuals are our friends. Charts, pictures, or even cool fidget toys can help keep everyone focused and on track. Finally, let's set clear expectations. Maybe it's showing their work step by step, or knowing that they can raise their hand for a high five, or whatever works best for them before moving on. By using these steps, homework can become an awesome teamwork adventure, not a solo struggle. Now, we're going to talk about conquering those tricky tasks with our amazing learners with autism. Sometimes even the simplest things can feel overwhelming. But fear not, we've got some awesome strategies to break them down into bite-sized pieces. Let's unpack these tips. Be a detective. Before we guide our learner, let's become detectives. We need to understand the task ourselves. What's the beginning, middle, and end? This helps us give clear instructions. Picture power. Visuals are our best friends. Picture schedules, charts, or even simple checklists can show the steps one by one. This turns confusing ideas into clear pictures. Keep it simple. When explaining each step, ditch the long explanations. Short, clear sentences are key. Show and tell. Don't just tell, show. Demonstrate each step while explaining it. This double dose of information helps understanding. One step at a time. Slow and steady wins the race. Focus on mastering one step before moving on. Taking too many steps at once can be overwhelming. Practice makes progress. Repetition is our friend. Encourage the child to practice each step. The more they do it, the easier it gets. Celebrate everything. Every achievement, no matter how small, deserves a high five. Praise, rewards, or fun activities keep them motivated. Make it fun. Does your learner love dinosaurs, trains, puzzles? Incorporate their interest into the steps. This makes it more engaging and relatable. We're here to help. Offer support when needed, but gradually step back as they get better. Remember, they need to know you're there for them. Routine rule. Having a consistent routine for tasks helps children with autism feel secure. They know what to expect, which reduces anxiety. Patience is key. Extra time is our friend. Rushing can lead to frustration. Be patient, it takes time and practice. Take time. There are awesome apps and digital tools designed for children with autism. They can help break down tasks in interactive ways. Feedback loop. Give constructive feedback and be flexible. Adjust the steps based on their progress and individual needs. Become a goal setting superhero. Before each study session, set clear goals. Think of them like mini missions for your child's learning adventure. Here's the secret: keep the goals short, simple, and super specific. For example, instead of saying, let's study reading, try, today we'll read a story about robots and answer questions about what they do. The clearer the goal, the easier it is to stay focused and feel like a champion. Turn interests into learning launch pads. Learning should be fun, not a chore. Incorporate your child's favorite things into the study schedule. Do they love dinosaurs? Transform practicing maths into counting dinosaur eggs. By connecting learning to their interests, you spark their curiosity and make them excited to conquer new skills. Practice makes progress. Repetition is key. Schedule breaks in between study sessions, but encourage them to practice what they learned during those breaks. Think of it like a training for a learning marathon. Little bursts of practice add up to big results. Celebrate every win. Big or small, every achievement deserves a celebration. Praise, high fives, or a fun activity are like gold medals for their hard work. The more you celebrate, the more motivated they'll be to keep learning and growing. Be flexible like a learning ninja. Every child learns differently. Be willing to adjust the study schedule based on their needs. If something isn't working, don't be afraid to switch things up and find a strategy that works for them. Remember, creating a study schedule is all about building a supportive learning environment. With a little creativity, patience, and these super strategies, you can help your child with autism conquer any learning challenge and become a confident learner. Ever feel like some activities just aren't clicking? It happens to all of us. The key to remember is that children with autism learn best in ways that suit their unique strengths and preferences. So, what can we do when those traditional methods fall flat? Every child has unique interests and passions. Take time to observe what truly excites your child. These passions can be powerful tools to make learning more engaging and meaningful. When we connect learning to their interests, it sparks curiosity and the love of exploration. Learning shouldn't feel like a chore. If a particular subject presents a challenge, get creative and find ways to make it fun. Does history seem dull? Plan a trip to a museum or act out historical events at home. By transforming learning into an interactive experience, you can spark excitement and desire to learn more. Visuals are powerful tools for learning, especially for children with autism. Charts, pictures, and mind maps can help break down complex information into easy to understand pieces. By using visuals, you can make learning more concrete and engaging, fostering a deeper understanding of the topic. Play is essential for learning and development. when we can integrate learning into a child's favorite activities, it becomes a fun and engaging experience. For example, if maths worksheets are a struggle, try incorporating maths concepts into building with Legos. Counting blocks, estimating heights, or creating patterns can all be turned into a fun learning adventure. Collaboration is key. Working together with your child's teachers and therapists allows you to create a comprehensive learning plan that caters to their individual needs and strengths. By building on their strengths and incorporating their interests, you can foster a love of learning and exploration that will last a lifetime. When it comes to helping children with autism learn new tasks, one effective strategy is to introduce them in a safe and familiar environment first. This way, when they encounter the same task in a more challenging setting, they'll already have some familiarity with it. For example, if the science class is going to talk about stars, parents could take their child outside to observe the night sky. This real life experience creates a connection to what they learn in school, making it easier for them to engage with the topic later on. This process of making tasks familiar is often called teaching pivotal behaviors. By teaching these key behaviors, we can motivate individuals with autism to pay attention and participate in various situations. It's all about creating a bridge between what they know and what they're learning, helping them feel more comfortable and confident in different environments. Remember, it's all about collaboration. Work with your child's teachers and therapists. Together, you can create a personalized learning map that builds on their strengths and foster a love of exploration. By embracing flexibility and creativity, we can unlock a world of learning possibilities for our incredible children on the autism spectrum. I will leave you with a story. I want to share Maya's story, a fantastic 8-year-old full of energy and a unique way of experiencing the world. School, however, wasn't always her favorite place. Reading, especially, presented a challenge. As a learning support specialist, I work with amazing kids like Maya to help them reach their full potential. We brainstormed with Maya's parents, flashcards, and traditional programs just weren't engaging enough for her learning style. One evening, Maya's mom was reading a story when inspiration struck. Maya, drawn to her mom's calming voice, snuggled in. Sarah started narrating, creative, a magical atmosphere. Maya, usually full of energy, became completely captivated. The next day, we turned Sarah's idea into reality. We created a story map together using construction paper and magazine pictures, forming a simple children's book. Sarah, her mom, narrated, pointing to each picture, and Maya's eyes lit up with excitement. We practiced daily, with Sarah guiding and me providing extra support by breaking down words and offering visual cues. Soon, Maya held the book herself, reading the story using the pictures and her own words. Her voice grew stronger with each sentence. The story map became a bridge to unlock the magic of reading. With each new book, a fresh map unfolded, filled with colors and familiar routines. Maya began to see the connection between letters, sounds, and stories. School transformed from a challenge to a place of discovery. Maya, once a reluctant reader, became known as the story map whisperer, helping other kids unlock the world of words with her own special tool. The point is, friends, every child learns differently. With creativity, collaboration, and a lot of love, we can find the key to unlock each child's unique potential. One last thing before I go. For kids with dyslexia, ADD, ADHD, or other learning differences, the traditional alphabet book might not be as engaging. If you are looking for ways to make learning the English alphabet fun and engaging for your child, especially if they have learning challenges, I'm happy to share a fantastic tool that can help. It's called the Outstanding Animal Alphabet. This isn't an ordinary ABC book. It's a vibrantly illustrated adventure that brings the alphabet to life with amazing animals. Each letter features a captivating creature with words related to the animal itself. So we have A for ant and B for bear. And guess what? Each amazing animal is waiting to be colored in too. It's a coloring book as well as an alphabet book. Why is this so special? These fun connections between letters, sounds, and the animal world create a memorable way to learn. It's not just rote memorization, it's about sparking a love of learning and a sense of discovery. Think about it. Wouldn't your child be more excited to learn their ABCs with a playful koala or a balancing bear than flashcards and reels? The Outstanding Animal Alphabet helps make learning fun and engaging for all children, especially those who might need a little extra support. The good news, you can find the Outstanding Animal Alphabet on Amazon right now. But that's not all. In addition to the book, I also offer online learning support sessions for children around the world. These sessions are designed to empower and support young learners on their educational journeys. So, if you're looking for a way to make learning the alphabet fun and engaging for your child, check out the Outstanding Animal Alphabet and explore my online learning support options. Let's work together to unlock the joy of learning for all children. If you have any questions, you can address them now. This workshop is more informative for us, specifically autistic children. Yes, thank you for your feedback. Okay, if there are no further questions. Oh, wait. The next slide. Thank you all for coming out today. I know this topic can be complex, so thanks for hanging in there with me. If when any questions pop up later on, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'm always happy to connect. Thank you for your time and wish you all a pleasant evening.